Hi, how you doing? It's Oz here. I'd like to talk about something to do with martial arts that bugs me a bit, and this isn't really HEMA specific. This is something that seems to be an issue with martial arts in general, and sadly it's something that the HEMA community has adopted as well, and that's this basic idea that if you're making money from martial arts, then you're a sellout. And that's something that I struggle with as a concept. I think that there's a very real feeling in martial arts that you're supposed to go off and study this stuff for years and then effectively give away all the knowledge and skills that you've gained over the years. And if you do anything else, then you're somehow selling out and you're not adhering to the true spirit of martial arts. And I don't normally get particularly ranty in these videos, but I'd just like to say that I personally think that that's absolute bullshit. Something that I say quite often is that if I'd taken up physics when I'd taken up martial arts, and I'd studied it for as long and as many hours, and I'd got out there and studied with as many different people, as many great names around the world, and spent as much money on it as I have on martial arts, then I'd be Professor Brian Cox by now. I'd be on the BBC, standing on top of a mountain somewhere in South America saying, "Isn't the universe brilliant?" And I'd be paid a fortune to do it. But because I studied how to fight, and because I teach with weapons and unarmed combat and things like that, I'm expected that I don't want to make money, and that if I do want to make money, somehow I'm a sellout. I'm going to put a link down below to an article written by a good mate of mine, Andrew Holland. Check out his site. He's a great guy. He's written some very interesting articles. And he's a big fan of the idea that people should be paid for their knowledge. And me too, to be honest with you. Interestingly, I've spent a lot of time researching whether it's possible to make a decent living from being a martial arts instructor. And it seems very much that it isn't. And I think that's something that's really sad. I think those people that are making a good living from it are making a good living from other things rather than simply teaching martial arts they love. You find that either they've got their own martial arts centre and they're bringing in other things, other fitness sessions and doing CrossFit and various other things like that in order to try and bump their money up so that they can survive and they can teach the martial arts, or they're effectively cheap daycare for kids. And I think that's really sad, that we can't look at somebody and say this person is a highly skilled martial artist with a huge amount of experience and actually pay them what they're worth. Look at any other skill. You call a plumber out, it's going to cost you hundreds of pounds. You get a martial artist to come round and give you an hour's private tuition, it'll cost you 20-30 quid. Now, which one of them trained for longer? I know, at least in my experience, the martial artist's generally the one that's put more hours in, but they're not worth anything. So, I don't really have a point to it. I just think it's a real shame that selling your knowledge and your experience, whether it's your personal time in a club, whether it's private lessons, whether it's video tuition, whether it's seminars, is seen as selling out. So let's see if we can change that. Have a chat. Put something in the comments. Do you agree with me? Are you selling out if you sell stuff, or is it the way we should be doing? Should we be rewarding people that have put that time and effort in? Let me know what you think. Anyway, I'm off now because it's bloody freezing in here. See you later.